massive German shepherd lunged forward with such force that his handler stumbled backward, the metal leash straining against both dog and man as a piercing whine escaped the animal's throat. 16-year-old Maya Chen froze on the school bus steps, her heart hammering as the police dog's amber eyes locked onto hers with an intensity that seemed to see straight through to her soul. What happened next would save her life in ways she never could have imagined, but the reason behind the dog's desperate intervention would shake an entire community to its core. Maya had always been invisible at Riverside High School. She preferred it that way, slipping through hallways like a shadow, earbuds in, hood up, avoiding the clusters of laughing teenagers who seemed to navigate adolescence with an ease she couldn't comprehend. Her parents, both brilliant engineers who worked 18-hour days, provided everything she needed materially, but remained strangers to the war raging inside their daughter's mind. The pressure was suffocating: perfect grades, perfect behavior, perfect everything, while inside, Maya was drowning in a darkness that seemed to grow deeper with each passing day. If you believe in the power of second chances, the loyalty of animals, and the miracle of unexpected connections, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this story, and subscribe to Pawsitive Tales. Your support helps us share more stories of hope and healing when the world needs them most. The morning of April 15th began like any other for Maya, except for the knot in her stomach that had been tightening for weeks. She had made a decision that she believed would end her pain forever, a decision that had consumed her thoughts and filled the pages of the journal hidden beneath her mattress. The bullying at school had escalated beyond cruel whispers and social media harassment. 3 months earlier, a group of students had posted a video of Maya falling down the stairs after someone had deliberately tripped her, adding humiliating commentary that went viral within their school's social circles. The shame had been unbearable, but worse was the realization that her parents, when she finally gathered the courage to tell them, had simply suggested she focus on her studies and ignore the negativity. That Tuesday morning, as Maya walked toward the yellow school bus with her backpack heavy on her shoulders, she carried more than textbooks. Hidden in the deepest pocket was a handful of pills she had been collecting for weeks, stolen one by one from various medicine cabinets during family gatherings. Her plan was simple and devastating. She would take them during lunch period, in the abandoned bathroom on the 3rd floor, where no one would find her until it was too late. The police were conducting a routine drug detection sweep that morning, something that happened occasionally at schools across the district. Officer Daniel Martinez had been working with Rex, his 4-year-old German shepherd partner, for 2 years. Rex was more than a working dog. He was Daniel's closest companion, a creature whose intuition and dedication had never ceased to amaze the veteran officer. Rex had been trained to detect narcotics, but what happened next went far beyond his official duties. As Maya approached the bus, Rex suddenly became agitated in a way Daniel had never witnessed. The dog's ears pressed flat against his head, and he began whimpering in a pitch that seemed almost human in its desperation. When Maya stepped onto the first step of the bus, Rex erupted into action. The powerful dog lunged forward with such determination that Daniel nearly lost his footing. Rex planted himself directly in front of Maya, his body blocking her path, his amber eyes never leaving her face as he continued that heart-rending whine. Maya stumbled backward, confused and frightened. Other students began gathering around, some laughing, others recording with their phones. The humiliation was immediate and intense, exactly what Maya had been trying to avoid. She felt the familiar burn of tears threatening to spill over as she became, once again, the center of unwanted attention. But Rex didn't move. Despite Daniel's attempts to call him back, the dog remained fixated on Maya with an intensity that bordered on desperation. Daniel had worked with enough drug dogs to know that Rex's behavior was unusual. Typically, when Rex detected narcotics, he would sit and point, a calm and controlled indication. This was different. This was urgent. This was emotional. Daniel's instincts, honed by years of police work, told him that something was seriously wrong. He approached Maya carefully, his voice gentle despite the growing crowd of curious students. What Daniel discovered when he asked Maya to empty her backpack would haunt him for years to come. The pills tumbled onto the pavement like deadly confetti: prescription painkillers, anti-anxiety medications, sleeping pills, a cocktail that would have been fatal within hours. But it wasn't just the quantity that shocked Daniel. It was the look in Maya's eyes when she saw them scattered on the ground. Relief and devastation warred across her young face, and in that moment, Daniel understood that Rex hadn't been detecting drugs, he had been detecting desperation. The crowd of students fell silent as the gravity of the situation became clear. Some began backing away, others pulled out phones to delete videos they had just recorded. Maya collapsed onto the curb, her carefully constructed facade crumbling as sobs racked her thin frame. But Rex didn't leave her side. The massive dog, trained for law enforcement and detection work, gently lowered himself beside Maya and rested his enormous head on her lap, his warm brown eyes offering a comfort that no human words could provide. Daniel later learned that dogs can detect changes in human body chemistry associated with extreme emotional distress. Rex had somehow sensed the cocktail of despair, hopelessness, and chemical changes that accompanied Maya's suicidal ideation. The dog's training had taught him to alert to substances, but his instincts had taught him to alert to a human soul in crisis. While other students had walked past Maya every day, not seeing her pain, Rex had recognized it immediately and refused to let her take another step toward her planned destination. The next hours were a blur of counselors, phone calls, and hospital visits. Maya's parents, shocked into the realization that their daughter had been suffering in silence, took immediate leave from work to focus on their family. The school implemented new anti-bullying measures, and several students who had participated in Maya's harassment faced serious consequences. But through it all, Maya kept thinking about Rex, the way he had looked at her, the way he had refused to abandon his post beside her even when ordered to do so. Officer Martinez made an unprecedented request to his department. He asked if Maya could visit Rex during her recovery, believing that the bond between them might be therapeutic for both the girl and the dog. What began as weekly visits to the police station became daily phone calls to check on Rex's well-being, which gradually evolved into Maya volunteering with the canine unit. Rex seemed to remember Maya each time she visited, his tail wagging with an enthusiasm reserved only for her. 6 months later, Maya had transformed in ways that seemed miraculous to those who knew her story. The shy, withdrawn teenager had found her voice through working with rescued dogs and troubled animals. She started a peer support group at school, sharing her story with other students who were struggling in silence. Her relationship with her parents, rebuilt through family therapy and honest communication, became a source of strength rather than pressure. But most remarkably, Maya discovered that she had a natural gift for working with animals, particularly those that had been abandoned or traumatized. Rex continued his work with the police department, but he had gained something special through his connection with Maya, a heightened sensitivity to human emotional distress that made him even more valuable as a working dog. Daniel often said that Rex had learned something that day that went beyond his training. He had learned that sometimes the most dangerous substances aren't illegal drugs, but the toxic combination of hopelessness and isolation that can poison a young person's mind. Maya's journal, once filled with dark thoughts and desperate plans, became a record of healing and growth. She wrote about Rex daily, documenting not just their visits, but the lessons he taught her about loyalty, intuition, and the importance of never giving up on someone who is struggling. She began speaking at schools and community centers, sharing her story and Rex's incredible intervention, helping other young people recognize the signs of depression and suicidal ideation in their friends and family members. The video that had once caused Maya such humiliation was eventually replaced by a different kind of viral content, a local news story about the hero dog who had saved a teenager's life through pure instinct and unwavering dedication. But Maya always insisted that Rex had saved more than her life that day. He had saved her ability to believe in herself, in second chances, and in the profound connection that can exist between humans and animals. If this story has touched your heart, if you believe in the power of intervention and the importance of paying attention to those around us who might be struggling in silence, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and let us know in the comments how animals have impacted your life. Your engagement helps us continue sharing these important stories of hope and healing. 2 years later, Maya enrolled in veterinary school with plans to specialize in animal-assisted therapy. Rex, now nearing retirement from active police duty, had been promised a forever home with Maya and her family. The bond forged in that moment of crisis had evolved into a lifelong partnership that would help countless other animals and humans find healing together. Maya often reflected on how different her life might have been if Rex hadn't been there that morning, if his incredible intuition hadn't compelled him to act against his training and follow his heart. She learned that sometimes salvation comes from the most unexpected sources, and that the courage to keep living can be found in the unwavering loyalty of a four-legged friend who refuses to let you face your darkest moments alone. Please share in the comments below, how has an animal changed your life or shown you unconditional love during difficult times? Your stories inspire others and remind us all of the incredible healing power of the human-animal bond.